Hello, I'm JD Regis, and this is my review of the Roccat Kova Plus gaming mouse. Now, just to explain at the start what I will be doing with these reviews, I will be reviewing the product on day 1 I get it, and on day 10. This gives me the ability to not only say my first impressions of the device, also get over any teething problems, or notice the things that do start to bug you about a product after a little while using it. So, lights, pretty, mouse, comfy, button functions, very nice for a not too expensive gaming mouse. Scroll wheel is nice and chunky, which I absolutely adore. You can't really slip off the edge of it. The thing's probably the widest mouse wheel I've ever used. But the drivers. Oh god, the drivers. It has taken me an hour and a half to get this mouse working on my computer, which is running Windows 7, so it's not like it should be too difficult to get something like this working. Hour and a half of reinstalling, uninstalling, going back and forward, telling Windows not to use digital signatures, restarting, downloading again, uninstalling, try it again, flip it round, and finally it works. It was hell. That's the negative. That's the day 1 negative. This is why I decided to do these reviews over 10 days. So if I had problems when I first tried to install it, hopefully by day 10 I will have forgotten all the pain and trauma. So, first impressions. Mouse itself, lovely. Software from Roccat, I would not wish it on my worst enemy at the moment. But after that, once you've got past all those teething issues with the drivers and with the install process, it's great. The software works lovely. You can select and program it to your heart's content. Well, I'll join you again in 10 days to tell you how I've got on with it, if I've got over my detestation of this whole driver issue, or if I've moved on a bit and gone, you know what, this is a happy, dreamy, floaty place. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm JD Regis, and this is part 2 of my 2-part review thing. I'm calling it Review in 10 Days, though this is totally not 10 days. So, I'm talking about the Roccat Kova Plus gaming mouse. I love it. Honestly, there are some drawbacks, but overall impression, I love the mouse. It's a vast improvement on the Steel series I was using before. The things I love: still pretty lights, still really comfy, programmable buttons are very useful, but the downsides are starting to show now. The programmable buttons are a bit awkward to use. The ones on the left hand side of the mouse for me are very good to use, just thumb over them, perfect. The ones on the right hand side of the mouse are they just seem to be badly placed. You know, to use them you have to really bend round your hand or try and hold the mouse in an uncomfortable manner for me. Some people may like it, some people may be able to edit their grip on their mouse quite easily without worrying or without getting confused and lost with it. But for me it's just a bit awkward. Other things I am actually starting to really like about this mouse: the fat scroll wheel in the middle. I thought it would be a bit obnoxious to start with, sort of a bit in the way, because it takes up quite a proportion, probably about a quarter of the mouse's overall width is taken up by that scroll wheel. But for me, being able to just quickly get to it, lovely, and it's such an improvement on the Steel series I had before, where that scroll wheel was just so sleepy. If more games were reliant on scroll wheel, I would have thrown that mouse out straight away, because not many are. I kept it for a few months, I used it, I quite liked it, then it got dirty and I bought a new mouse. I didn't clean it, I just bought a new one. I need to learn how to live like a proper person. Anyway, so that's really all I've got to say on the mouse. I've kind of forgiven it for the software issues to start with, but I do want people to have that heads up there that if you get it, the software issues will be there. It is a nice mouse. If you're using Windows 7 64-bit and you don't have all your digital signature stuff turned off straight away and you've not had to get over that issue in the past, then you will probably have problems with this mouse. And as far as I'm concerned, though it is a lovely mouse, though it is very comfortable to use, that is the only real big drawback about it. On a side note, I bought this mouse as part of a starter kit Roccat do. I think they just call it their starter kit. I've got the box up there, but I can't see the actual side of it where it says what it is. No, Roccat Power Pack, that's what they call it. In that pack you get the mouse, you get a headset, and you get a hat. The mouse I absolutely love. The headset is shit. Roccat Kulu headset, Kulu, whatever it is, headset. I hate it. it's like having your head stuck in a gate. And honestly, that is why at the moment I'm recording all sound and all audio stuff I do on my computer through the microphone on my webcam. I was going to use the one on the headset, but no. It just feels like you've got your face stuck between an elephant's hindquarters. The microphone positioning is so just one direction. You can have it up, you can have it down. You don't have any flex in it unless you really bend it, in which case it springs back over the course of about a minute, so you're spending all your time trying to get it into a position where people can actually hear you. The mic is not sensitive enough to pick up your voice when you're speaking quietly from that far away, and if it does, it muffles and it blurs. The main problem with it is just the pressure on your ears from it is insane, because the cups, the earpieces, don't go around your ears. They don't sort of cushion or soften around your ears. They just press on them. And it's quite a sturdy headset, you know. It's got a solid metal bar, U-shaped thing holding the cups together. And even if you bend it out, over time, it just sort of pushes back in against your ears and just feels like you've got your head in a vice. So, Roccat Power Pack. Overall, I think it's really nice. A great little kit. The mouse is amazing. You get a hat that some people like. I don't like hats. But why did they have to include that headset? They could have put in anything else. They could have just put in like a tenner's worth of stickers and I would have been happier than with that headset. The thing for me is that means I've now got to buy a new one, which means that the reason I bought that kit, I bought it because it had a really nice mouse, but I bought it mainly because I wanted a new headset. You know, I wanted a decent headset, and I was using some horrible bit of like £5 tap before. But that, I thought, you know, really nice headset, looks great. I didn't read reviews, basically, which was my stupidest issue. Obviously, as you can tell, the mouse got its over some time review, the review in 10-ish days. The headset doesn't get one of them, because I have decided on a product that I either love at first sight or first feel, or a product that I have some teething issues with, I will do a sort of 10-day review, see how I get on, see how it changes. For products I buy and I hate, I will do their review at the end of another review. I will just bolt it on the end. Alright, that is my first review in 10 days. Thank you for listening. I am JD Regis. Have a good evening.